Heather and Patrick were having coffee together, and a conversation about a novel came up. The book was American Gods by Neil Gaiman. "I love that book," said Patrick, to which Heather responded with a disgusted grunt. "I didn't like it." Patrick was a little shocked because they often enjoyed the same type of entertainment. "Why?" he asked. Heather thought about it for a moment, recalling some aspects of the story, and said, I felt that Gaiman was just trying too hard." Patrick was not satisfied with that answer. "Shouldn't a writer always try hard?" "Oh," said Heather, with no desire to continue the conversation. "I just didn't like it." Patrick, not wanting to spoil their afternoon together, decided to drop it, but the thought lingered in his mind. Trying too hard. Shouldn't that be a good thing? While Heather failed to articulate elements of the story that she disliked, trying too hard is a common expression to describe a piece of writing or a creative work of any kind that didn't register with the audience. This is especially noticeable when the work is something as big and bold as Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Nobody would deny that it was a piece of ambitious work. It's a story about life and death, mythology and beliefs, New America and sacred lands. It has a massive cast of characters and a climax as epic as any other notable fantasy. But surely, that cannot be a bad thing, can it? A writer gives off the impression of trying too hard when the effort put into the work is not only visible, but excessive. Although this can all be a matter of personal taste, Heather must have found the references to mythology and religion, the metaphors of media and technology as deities, and the usage of real-world geography and imagined realms too much. Each one of these unique elements added another flavor to the story that she simply wasn't familiar with. It felt too experimental, and it failed to capture her imagination. When a reader finds that a writer is trying too hard to impress her, it can be off-putting. Unnecessarily large words, similes that miss the mark, flowery language with no purpose, humor that lacks the wit, and cliffhangers at any opportunity given are all elements that leave the reader feeling like the writer was trying too hard. Of course, Patrick didn't think Neil Gaiman was trying too hard. He found American Gods to be an entertaining and thought-provoking novel, over 450 pages of thrilling action and adventure. He found the story to be a fresh take on a familiar genre and proved to him that Gaiman was a writer that continually pushed the limits of his own creative and literary capabilities. One can argue that Gaiman wouldn't have written something that impacted Patrick so significantly if he didn't write something that Heather would consider trying too hard. Because one can only believe that Gaiman was trying hard. All writers should try hard. They should try as hard as they can. They should push their imagination and their writing to the full limits of their potential. As far as trying too hard goes, it's not a completely negative critique. There are some merits to be given. An A for effort. When someone tells you that you're trying too hard, know that you're heading in the right direction. Perhaps a bit of refining is needed, but don't let what one reader say hold you back from your next epic story. Try hard, and keep improving. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and check out these two here. For more videos on writing and the creative process, don't forget to subscribe.